Alright my friends, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew and today I have something that I would like to talk about. So I want you to think really hard. If you've been here for a long time, just think really hard. When was the last time that I had told or tried to make somebody feel bad about any game that they like to play? I want you to ask yourself that while you watch this video, okay? So I've been playing Assassin's Creed now for about 6 days now. I got early access from Ubisoft. Ubisoft invited me into the Creators Club for Ubisoft. If you've been at the channel for a while, you know that I actually really enjoy playing Ubisoft games. And to be completely honest with you guys, I've said this before, but Ubisoft games are essentially like comfort food for me. I enjoy the fact that I can buy a new Ubisoft game and they don't change so much with the formula that it feels a lot more like a continuation of something that I already love, that I'm already invested in, and that I absolutely love to play. Now let me give you a rundown of the average Ubisoft experience for me, and I'll go back to when I was just gaming on just like one console, okay? You know, like PlayStation 4 Pro or something. A game like Watch Dogs would come out, I would buy a couple items off the store, I'd pay full price for the game, obviously. I would play that game, I would explore the open world, I would do the story missions, I would just have fun. I would come home from work, pop in the game, and just be in that world. So, and that's pretty much, you know, like how I would play them. Now I have different tiers of Ubisoft games that I actually like some more than others. Assassin's Creed being my absolute favorite franchise from Ubisoft, followed very closely by Ghost Recon. Then you would go down to either the Division or, you know, mostly the third-person shooters, and then you would start getting over into games like Far Cry and some of the other incredible games that Ubisoft makes. Now, I get it, okay? With massive companies like Ubisoft that pump out so much content, kind of like Frogboy X1 Gaming, I pump out so much content that you start to get to a point where it's like, oh my gosh, this guy's just putting out so much content. And when the formula doesn't change and it stays the same and it kind of just permeates through every single thing that Ubisoft does, like climbing a watchtower, looking down, opening up things on the map, the microtransaction store, stuff like that, you kind of start to get to a point where it's like, okay, if you're somebody looking outside in, or you get into one of the Ubisoft games and they're just not your thing, it is like, they can feel like Ubisoft games when you first get into them, they are very, I mean, they feel very overwhelming. Well, at least they used to me. Now I have like a certain way that I go through and play them. Like say we take Assassin's Creed Shadows, for instance. I will run through this game and I will go out and I will try to get as many of the viewpoints as humanly possible before I even start doing the main campaign. But I noticed pretty quickly that I wasn't leveling up as fast as I normally would in something like, say, like Valhalla or Odyssey, or, you know, Origins with the newer open world games. I'd go and get the viewpoints, or I'd find new locations, I'd visit the little question marks, and my character would level up pretty quickly. You know, I'd get all those, and so when I would get to the points where I needed to be a certain level, I was never feeling like I was behind. So Assassin's Creed Shadows is a little bit different, so I'm having to adjust my play style a little bit. I did kind of lower like my difficulty and stuff, just due to the fact that I was trying to finish it this weekend. Oh, no, I'm not even close. I'm not even close. I got like 30 hours into this, and yeah, I'm not even close. Like, I'm still 100% immersed in this experience and want to just keep playing that. But I don't think, my friends, that I've ever, you know, I mean, like the whole beginning of the thing, you know, with like the PlayStation, Xbox games or whatever, I've never have I went out of my way to try to make somebody feel uncomfortable for the type of games they play. That, to me, my friends, that is just counterproductive to gaming in general. Now, I know that Ubisoft, okay, the way they've been building their games lately, since, gosh, man, I didn't really even start noticing it until after Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where they were starting to try to, like, it was, I didn't really even notice it, guys, okay? I'm dead serious. Like, it was such a non-issue to me with the whole woke thing that I didn't even pay attention to it. Like I said, they're like my comfort food. I come home, pop in a Ubisoft game, and freaking go to town, and I'm so immersed in that experience that I don't think about that stuff. And the games are so open world, and you can do whatever you want. And by the time you start doing like the story content, like say with Assassin's Creed Valhalla, there's this point where you go and do a raid, and then you come back and you're talking to a dude, and if you're the guy Eivor, he starts like making like passes at you or whatever. Okay, and you're like free to like do whatever you want. If you want to go ahead and do the whole freaking gay romance thing, you're perfectly capable or perfectly able to do that. But just the way it sounded was like, oh man, and it kind of put me off, dude. I was like, why is this stuff in my freaking Viking game, dude? Like that's weird. And so, but then 40 hours later, you know, you're playing the game, you kind of just forget about that stuff, and it's just a non-issue with Ubisoft games because they're so big. But then you get games like Watch Dogs Legion, or you know, some of the other new stuff, you know, like Star Wars Outlaws, they bring in a female protagonist. And, you know, I played through all of that game, Star Wars Outlaws. And other than being like pretty much just a basic average video game with really good visuals, I was like, okay, this is perfectly fine for my satiation of a Ubisoft game. It's got the open world. It's got the freaking third person camera. I get to run around and I get to explore and do whatever I want to do. Like it's perfectly fine for me to be able to play that game. And if you haven't noticed, I've put out a lot of content over Star Wars Outlaws. I stopped putting out the like, oh man, you should play this game videos, and then just started using footage whenever I could so that you guys could see the game. Because I know that there's been times where I have seen somebody playing a game and I've bought that game just because it looked cool. I was like, wow, that looks fun. I want to try it. Not every time did I find a banger, but there were some good ones that I found that way and absolutely enjoyed them. So with this being a gaming channel, and with me being a Ubisoft creator now, and with Assassin's Creed Shadows being my first game in the Ubisoft Creator Program. Now, I did buy a PlayStation 5 copy, so I did pay full price for that. And I have bought not one, but two full-on outfit sets that are 20 bucks a pop, so I spent another 40 bucks in the MTX store. I personally, this is me, okay? And like, if you don't need this stuff, don't buy it. Like, you don't need it. But I personally like Ubisoft games. And if you like something, you buy more so that you can get more of that experience. You know, if you want less of something, you buy less of it. If you want more of something, you buy more of it. And that's just always kind of been my philosophy. You know, if Ubisoft puts out a game that's a good game, I will. And granted, they have to have cool freaking. I'm not just gonna buy freaking outfits and stuff that are dumb. Like, they have to have ones that I actually want. And so with Yasuke, they have this one that's really cool that I really liked for him, but I bought the whole package, so I get the because it was just a few dollars more to just get the whole package with both Naue and Yasuke outfits. And the same with Naue. Up until I got my assassin's outfit, I ran around in this really cool blue freaking assassin costume with a really cool looking dragon on it. I just thought that was cool. I was like, dang, this is absolutely freaking incredible. So I did. I spent an extra 40 bucks on that. But never in my life, guys, had I ever imagined that people would literally just... And this isn't the first game. This isn't the first game that people have showed up. I mean, we've done Saints Row. We've done Dragon Age Veilguard. We've done so many of these so-called woke games on the channel. And let's be honest. Is there woke stuff in them that's, you know, like distasteful to straight men? Yeah, obviously with the gay stuff, with the transgender awareness, stuff like that. Yes, it's been in there. And honestly, guys, I don't necessarily think it's like the end of the world. I really just don't. I mean, I started noticing this last last year, okay, when I started playing a lot of these games that the other channels were just going after and like trying to literally destroy them, you know, the whole Sweet Baby Inc. stuff, all of that. And so I did. I actually went out of my way to play some of these games because I too myself was railing against these experiences. And so I decided, I was like, look, if I'm gonna bash this game, I better buy it and I better play it and I better see if it's as trash as I say it is. And I got a little bit into Banishers, Ghost of New Eden, about 5 hours in, and they started doing like, it was like this whole Power Woman thing, and they were talking down to Red and stuff like that. And I was like, man, this is just woke trash. And so I quit playing it. And then I came back to it a few months later, and I ended up finishing the game because I was like, dude, the map was beautiful. The combat was pretty fun. It's like God of War combat, stuff like that. The ghost stories and stuff, and like I wasn't even thinking about the ghost stories at that point, but I jump into this game and I'm like, okay, I just want to explore the world, you know, because it's kind of an open world. You can just do whatever you want, you can go wherever you want. And then I start doing these ghost stories, okay, and they are so freaking cool that I was like, damn, dude, I am so happy that I bought that game digitally, and that because of the beautiful world, I was able to go back to that. And I truly got to experience an incredible game. And that became my game of the year because it was so freaking unique that I was like, damn, dude, a game hasn't made me feel that way in a very long time, to a point where it's like, wow, this was really, really cool. And a lot of the stuff that we all say is woke, guys, look, morality in America has been gone for a very long time, if you haven't noticed that. I mean, if you go anywhere, online, anywhere, you just see how people act and react to things. Morality is I believe, at an all-time low, at least in terms of being on social media. All-time low. Morality is out the window. We all talk to people. We talk to each other in ways that we would definitely, if we were standing right in front of each other, probably wouldn't talk. And that's disturbing. That is disturbing. You know, like I'm over on X right now and having a conversation with Smash JT, because I used to watch Smash JT all the time. And then he started like really diving into this whole wokeness, this anti-woke stuff. And like, I get it. Like, it makes sense. Obviously, you know, you make a certain kind of content, the algorithm will keep you posted in that, whatever. It's a quick, easy buck to do the whole woke thing, but it is at the expense of our gaming. Now, Ubisoft's not perfect, okay? I'll be the first to admit that I buy all Ubisoft games and I put more time into specific ones. There's ones that I don't even finish. Like, I haven't finished a Far Cry game, except for, what was it, like Far Cry New Dawn or something? I don't know. I've never even I never even go out of my way to finish those. I just explore them for a while and then I move on. And so I can tell you that Ubisoft's not perfect, okay? There's always some kind of controversy, you know, like them getting rid of online only games. You know, there's always just something. They're always doing something. Somebody in the Ubisoft saying, "Oh, people are just gonna have to get used to not owning their games." No, Ubisoft, we actually want to own our games. I always want the ability to go back to play my Assassin's Creed games. I always want to be able to go back and play my Ghost Recon games. Like, I don't want to get used to not being able to play my games whenever I want to. I want to own them. I want to buy them, and I want to help support your company because you build games that I want to play. Period. End of subject. Like, I think Ubisoft is probably one of my all-time favorite publishers, creators ever. Like, seriously. You know, obviously, you know, Konami with Castlevania, but they kind of, my favorite franchises, Assassin's Creed, obviously, you know, like Uncharted, Forza Horizon from freaking, from Xbox, you know, a lot of the older Sony games and stuff like that. Like, I love playing video games, and I do buy and play a lot of different types of games. So I really do feel like I have more of these screens are so annoying. They keep doing that. I thought I'd turn that off. I thought I turned it off like every day. But I buy these games, my friends, and I play them, and I try to enjoy them. And the ones that I literally go, Horizon Forbidden West, man, Horizon Forbidden West and Horizon Zero Dawn, I go back to those games often too. I like being in those worlds. I love seeing those and going through them. And when they announced that they were upgrading Horizon freaking Zero Dawn, everybody was freaking out about it. And I'm like, dang, it's only a $10 upgrade. I'm definitely gonna buy that. I'm literally gonna buy The Last of Us 2 on PC again in just a couple more days. I like playing video games, man. I love tech too. I love talking about tech, and you know, AMD has like really, you know, just kind of like went out of their way to like I don't know, man. PC gaming on NVIDIA at first was like, wow, this sucks, man. This is not very fun. This is not the overhyped experience I thought it was going to be. And then AMD, I buy the AMD card and I'm like, wow, this is freaking insane. And then I go on this like kick of, I don't know. I just never in a million years thought that I would have to deal with other gamers criticizing and bullying people for the type of games they want to play. I never thought that I would be here defending a billion-dollar corporation like Ubisoft, but here I am because I like those games. And I know there's many of you out there that actually like and like these games too. Like, why wouldn't you? Seriously, why wouldn't you like these games? Is what I don't understand. Like, I get it. Ubisoft games are easy targets. Sometimes they come out unfinished. Sometimes they come out buggy. But I'm like, I play these games so much that it doesn't even matter. I put so much time into them that it's like if they come out a little half-baked at first, like I have never once, I promise you, never once have I been like, oh man, my Ubisoft games got freaking, like the other day, Yasuke, I loaded into the game and like the armor wouldn't load in or something, so I had to like restart the game. I was like, that's kind of weird. But the one time with Ghost Recon Breakpoint, I go into Erewhon and like the whole walls and everything are just purple. And I'm like, oh gosh. I'm sitting there taking pictures and posting them on Twitter. I'm like, look at these purple walls, guys. And bugs and stuff have always just been kind of like funny, you know? You buy a game and you experience like a bug or, you know, something. And people just take this shit way too far these days. And it's pointless. Look at how many studios have closed. I mean, just in the last couple of years, it's depressing. It really is, man. When you love video games and gaming as much as I do, it really is depressing. You know, watching like Volition, you know, fail after playing like Saints Row, I was like, wow. I couldn't believe it. I was like, yeah, the game's a little bit weird and, you know, but it was funny, and they had like some, I don't know. Like, I enjoyed playing it. I thought I had a good time. I mean, I paid my own money for that and had fun with that. I was like, this is just average freaking fun game, man. Like, I don't know. I get it. Like, I am with the gamers too, with the studios doing weird stuff, you know, like creating a game like Concord. For who? Well, we know who, but they didn't support it. So we need a balance. We need a balance. Gamers, developers, we need a balance, man. We absolutely need a balance. And, you know, people come into the comments section telling me how trash Ubisoft games are, and I'm like, dude, I enjoy them. So, like, I don't know why you're here trying to convince me, bro. Like, I got the game. I'm actively playing it, and it's fantastic. And you're going to show up and, like, spout your nonsense, and I'm just like, oh, my gosh, man. Oh, it's incredible. It's incredible, man, that to watch society collapse to such a point where we can't even be, where we can't even just respect somebody else liking something different. We've lost like, guys, I'm not even joking, man. Just since I started covering, dude, we're down like 16 freaking subscribers, man. Down 16 subscribers since I started covering Assassin's Creed. I'm like, really, guys? You guys are that freaking childish? You're gonna... Ubisoft put a canon mode in Assassin's Creed Shadows. They actually listen to us fans that don't care for that other stuff, and they put a canon mode in here that actually cuts that stuff out or makes it unavailable for us to even see it, they put a canon mode in this game. And then you can choose to play it however you want and be able to, you know, if you're that person that has to have, you know, your LGBTQ freaking fantasies in an Assassin's Creed game, cool, Ubisoft's got you covered too. Thankfully, I don't have to see it or come across it or anything. Like, I get to play my Assassin's Creed game the way I used to, and I am fully enjoying this experience, my friends. So yeah, have you thought about that game? Have you thought about the time when I have told you guys or been mean to somebody for something that they like to play? Well, let me know in the comments section if you have an example. I would love to go back and, you know, potentially freaking view that video, address that video, and then delete that video so that I don't, because I haven't, who am I to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't play? You know what I mean? Who am I? So, all right, guys, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. I expect to see some good comments.